we will now create the news section. We can see we have a responsive grid. Initially, everything is stacked on top of each other. Then it turns into a 2-column grid for large devices, and for extra large devices, it turns into a 4-column grid. We're using the card component to build the content in this section. So let's get to work. We'll scroll down the page and find the closing div tag for the previous section. After this, we'll create our new grid. So we'll start with the div tag with the class row. Inside of this, we have another div tag for the column, which will get the classes call, S12, L6, and XL3. So 12 columns initially on small devices, then 6 columns on large devices, and 3 columns on extra large devices. Inside of this, we'll now use the card component to create our news items. So we add a div tag with the class card, and inside of this, another div tag with the class card content. Like so. We'll add the card title using a div tag with the class card title. The reason I'm not using an heading element H1 through H6 is that we then get margin in the bottom that we don't want to get. So we'll simply use a div tag with the text news item. Then we'll add the date. We'll format it using the time element and the date time attribute. And we'll format the date as year 2018, month January 01, and then 31. We'll give it the class gray text to make the text color gray, and then we can write the time in with text, or the date with text, published 31/01/2018, and close the time tag again. Then we'll add the paragraph, and I'll just go over here and copy the text that we want to use for our paragraphs, this text here. So I'll paste that in the paragraph, and finally we'll create our link styled as a button. So we use the A tag, since this is the link, and we give it the class btn. This will now be a primary button. We'll give it the text read more and close the anchor tag. Now we'll copy and paste this column here. So all of this code, paste it in. Oh wait, we'll do it one more time, like so. Paste it in 3 times, so we have a total of 4 news items. Now let's save, go back into the browser. Here we are on our current page, refresh, and now we can see the news items appearing below. Initially, they stack on top of each other, and then they turn into a 2-column grid, and then a 4-column grid. If we look at the finished page here, we can see that there's some spacing between the paragraph and the date on top of it, and the bottom below it. So let's see how we create this. We scroll to the top here and add some custom styling. We'll target the card component, inside of that the card content, and then the paragraph tag. We'll set the margin to 1 rem for the top and bottom, and 0 for the left and right side. We need to add all of these to overrule the specificity defined in the Materialize CSS. So it's not enough simply to use, for example, card and paragraph. We need to have more specificity. So let's save again, go back and refresh. Here we can see, and if we look here, we can see what we just did. We are overriding this rule here. So we need to have all of these 3 nested classes to overrule that. All right, that was the news section.